If you weren't tuned in yesterday, we launched a series of stories all about the online community that adores our port. YouTube videos and streams even compel some to come from far and wide to see it for themselves.
Duluth is a terrific town.
Dave Heilman made his first trip this past summer.
We were going to do a loop around Superior.
Duluth was number one on the list of what he wanted to see, mostly because of Vibe with Mike.
And I start watching these videos, and I found them very interesting.
Dave was already familiar with the Mackinac Bridge and Sioux Locks through trips driving from his home in Ohio to Ontario.
It was just a passing interest, but now with YouTube, when I go to bed at night, I just start looking at YouTube stuff.
And Dave quickly became a boat friend.
We chat sometimes, like particularly when he's doing a live stream. As he's waiting for the ship to come in, he's welcoming the boat friends. And there's Carl from South Africa. There's Tom from Australia.
And maybe Stephen from Wales.
I've always loved ships ever since I was a small boy, because I was born in the north of England near Manchester, which has its own ship canal.
He also got hooked on Vibe with Mike.
I think I've watched all his videos. And also there is an old connection between Manchester and Duluth, because some of the Manchester liners used to go to Duluth.
Take a look at it going out, boat friends. Got a little bit of wave action.
But just watching on YouTube from across the pond wasn't enough. So he found Mike's email.
I said to him at one point, do you ever get any visitors? And he said, yes, I get quite a few from the States, but not many from further afield. And I said, well, how would it be if I came to see you? And he picked himself off the floor, I think.
Then Mike suggested July.
I've got a sense of adventure. My kids thought I was nuts, going to meet some guy I'd met on the internet. When I got to Duluth, I found it all quite familiar because I'd watched so many of Mike's videos. And
jet lag meant he was wide awake to see the longest ship on the Great Lakes arrive at 4 a.m.
And it was the PRT, the Polar Tregurtha, which is 1,013 feet long.
Then he toured the Irvine, climbed Enger Tower, and enjoyed a pint or two.
And I learned what taconite was. It's a form of iron ore. It's made from iron ore.
He and Dave haven't met, but they both love the PRT.
And it was tremendous.
And they've both made cameos in Vibe with Mike videos.
Boat friends, real quick break in action. We have Dave here from Ohio. You can see the hat. Got the boat friend's hat and the shirt to match. Now, we have a boat friend, Stephen, that came from the United Kingdom, from Wales earlier this week, 14 to 16 hours on the plane to get here to Duluth. Was able to watch the Munson with him. Here's a picture of him by the bridge. That's our boat friend, Stephen.
Boat friends, if you have the chance to come to Duluth, you need to, because seeing in person is unbelievable. And I've seen Mike's videos of the JRB before, and I've heard the horn on the video. But when you're here in person, your chest vibrates, your eyes wiggle. Yep. It is unbelievable.
So they'll keep vibing with Mike, in person or from afar.
As long as I keep the shot stabilized and you can hear me through the wind, it's a simple setup, but it's very powerful being able to bring an audience around the world right to this camera and onto YouTube.
There's something fascinating and intriguing and a little bit mysterious about the Great Lakes and freighters.
I still can't get over the amount of people around the world that follow this, that are part of this community, and the amount of friendships that have been made because of it. You kind of feel good about that.
People are so passionate about these ships.